These help maintain homeostasis by bringing in the blood through the afferent arteriole. Red blood cells, glucose, water, and salts will go into the glomerulus. Since the red blood cells particles are too big, it will be pushed out through the afferent arteriole into the tubular capillaries along with the plasma protein and the white blood cells because they are too big. The glucose, the water, and the salts and the urea will be filtered through the glomerulus to the Bowman's capsule. The salts, amino acids, and glucose will then be in the proximal tubule, which will then be pushed into the interstitial fluid, which will then be pushed back into the capillaries. The salt will stay while the amino acids and the glucose will be pushed into the capillaries. Meanwhile, the proximal tubule will be making NH3 and hydrogen. Going on, the water and the potassium and bicarbonate will be pushed into the interstitial fluid, while the potassium will be pushed back into the capillaries, while the NAK pump will push some of it back into the distal tubule. Going down the descending loop, urea and water will keep following the path. Water will be pushed out through the aquaporins, and urea will keep on track, and so the water channel aquaporins will help push out the water. In the ascending loop, the salts will then be pushed out while the water stays in. So at the NaCl is the salts that will be pushed out. In the distal tubule, bicarbonate, water, and salts will then be pushed into the interstitial fluid. Renin will then activate the excretion of aldosterone, which will help with the reabsorption of salts. The NH3 and the hydrogen will also be produced. Then it goes into the collecting duct where salts, water, urea, toxins, and drugs gather. And the toxins, drugs, water, a little bit of urea, and salts will be taken out while the rest is pushed out into the interstitial fluid.